Hello, my dragons. Dragon Brother 09 here, and today we're going to be going over the Striker Balisong from Wish. This is a knife I've had for a few weeks now, about 3 to 4. Now, I have some things to say about this knife, especially the quality for how much you pay. This is a very good bang for your buck. Now, let's go over the specs really quick. This is a overall 9-inch knife. The blade is 3.9 inches overall. The handles are 5.1 inches and it is 7.5 ounces, which makes this a very, very heavy balisong, which also makes it very, very dangerous for a newbie. For someone who's brand new to it, I would not recommend getting this at first, simply because of how sharp it comes. It comes extremely, extremely sharp. It comes leg shaving sharp. I know I have a small streak of hair missing from my legs because I tested out the edge and it does shave from your legs and hands. Now I won't trim no beard hair, but it is fairly sharp. Now if you're not careful with this and in the middle of a combo and you do a rollover or a ricochet and you just happen to have the bite handle and you don't do a wrist pass, you will run the risk of lopping off one of your fingers. This is a very sturdy knife. The blade itself is 440C with a 59 Rockwell hardness, which is pretty decent. It does come with stainless steel channel handles with faux black wood or black micarta. Now I have done some minor modding. I have gone to the save handle and smoothed out the edges a little bit and polished up the faux wood or micarta, whichever this is. I don't know. Now, even before I did some minor mod work to the handles, it was still a very good, very pleasant, surprisingly round handle and knife to flip. The balance is overall fairly good, though a bit handle biased. Now, I would highly recommend getting an O-ring and putting it over here on the bite handle, right about here, or something like a rubber bands to keep the T-latch from getting stuck right here and stop the risk of very badly chipping your blade. Now, I have also done some mod work to the spine. I have very much rounded it out, almost give it a crown, even a minor mirror polish. I went from 320 grits all the way up to 3500 grits. Now the back of the blade will come very sharp at a 90-degree angle. Now I highly recommend modding the spine, because if you don't, it's going to be beating up on your knuckles very badly. You'll get very raw and sore knuckles from the ricochets if you do any ricochets in your combos or flipping style. Now, the handles come fairly nice, decently polished with a hidden pin construction. You see it right there, not very well done, but over here, very well done. The latch is removable if you can get rid of the you know what they call the discs that cover the screws or the pin. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to file or hack it off, saw it off, or you could just, like I said, put the O-ring to remove the risk of damaging your blade. Now, for the hardware, it doesn't come with anything. That's it. It just comes with the handle, the pin, and the blade. No washers whatsoever. But considering that, the play isn't that horrible. It's the maximum amount of play you want. As you can see, the bottom here goes to the bottom of here, creating a line. So it's not the absolute worst in the world. Still fairly bad. Now, it does not come this smooth out of the box. You're going to want to clean up the machine and metal dust from the pins. After you've done that, put some oil on there and it'll run perfectly fine. It'll run very smoothly and very well. This is a very loud knife, even more so with the latch. As you can see, it does that. So it does sway around and causes some extra unnecessary noise. Now, the price for this was actually only 16 bucks. You can get it from 13 to all the way up to 17 bucks, and that's it. This is a very thick, heavy duty knife. You can just see just the thickness of that blade. Look at that. Even the tip is not that thin, as you can clearly see. Like I said before, this does come very, very sharp, so I would not recommend this for a newbie. If you're just starting out, I would not recommend this because you will run the risk of lopping off a finger if you're carrying too much momentum on a combo. Now, I personally love this knife. I would carry it more if it wasn't so loud because I personally love very heavy balisongs. Quick little combo. Now, the weight does make it fairly good for aerials. Not a good aerial, so I won't be doing none. I have done several with this and mostly comes out how you want to grab it. In the open or the closed position, every now and then I'll grab it like this or like that. Now the T-latch does not come as nice as the handles do. It comes out very rough, unrefined, and it just looks like it just does not feel very pleasant because it does have very squared off edges. Actually, you see the squarishness of it? That's pretty much how the spine comes out when you first get the knife. But it is fairly good for latch drops and whatnot. That would have been bad. On the pictures, you will see the skull, the Dias de los Muertos skull on there. That is on there to cover up the if you can barely even see it, the fake Benchmade logo. It does say it is a butterfly logo with balisong in the middle of it. Otherwise, the blade is completely sterile. Now we've gone over the price and everything, and it will take about 2 weeks to ship. That's how long it took for me to get it. Just about. Now, this for a pin construction, it does have fairly good tension even now because I have been flipping this for quite a while. As you can see, the latch still works perfectly fine in the open and closed position, but better in the open than the closed position. When you first get it in the open position, you're gonna have to squeeze very hard to get it to close, but after you break it in, you can just latch it like that without having to squeeze too hard. Especially when it's in the closed position, it will get noticeably easier to close after a while of flipping. And considering how heavy each handle is, the tank pin is surprisingly strong, though. Don't know if you can see that, but it is starting to wiggle some. It is starting to get loose, so I would be careful with that. It does come with previously drilled out 10 cups, which will be beaten in after a while of flipping. I would highly recommend this as a work knife, even more than the Dragon Balisong, because of how sturdy and how heavy this thing is. You can see just how thick the blade profile is. Look at that. It is a very good, very a high quality knife for how much you pay for it, which is like 20 bucks. Even the inside of the handle's nicer than you'd think. The finish on the handles on the outside is fairly good, as you can see. It does have a nice shine to it, though it is very loud. Not as loud as the Butterfly, but still fairly loud. I would highly recommend buying this for a showpiece, or if you like heavy ballad songs, or just need a nice one for work that you can just beat and not have to worry about. Well, that's just about it. Other than the, yeah, that's just about it. However, the console does come very unrefined, as you can see here. It does look kind of wonky, I guess you could say. It is kind of messed up. It is 16 bucks, so we can't complain about that. Otherwise, yeah, I highly recommend buying this and using it as a work knife or as a novelty. Well, that's all for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.